Hello everyone, this is Srinivas. Hope you're doing good. Today I'm going to explain about the concept of money flow index in stock market. Okay, so what is this money flow index is? So it is a technical oscillator that uses price and volume data for identifying overbought or oversold signals in a particular stock. It is used to show the money flow over several days. Okay, so using this money flow index, you can actually identify whether it is in overbought zone or oversold zone. Okay, so this money flow index value ranges from 0 to 100. So if the value is greater than or equal to 80, you call it as overbought zone, and if the value is less than equal to 20 or less than 20, you call it as oversold zone. Overbought zone and oversold zone. So let's make it as greater than 80 only. Greater than 80 overbought zone, less than 20 oversold zone. So these are the formulas, okay, for calculating this money flow index. This is the formula. MFI, money flow index, equal to 100 minus 100 divided by 1 plus MFR. MFR is money flow ratio. What is money flow ratio? It is sum of all the positive money flows for the last 14 periods divided by sum of all the negative money flows for the last 14 periods. So I've already told you this 14 period positive money flow is nothing but you will sum up all the positive money flows for the last 14 periods, including the current value or the current day's value. Okay, similarly for the 14 period negative money flow, you will sum up all the negative money flows for the last 14 periods, including the current day's value. Okay, what is the money flow here? The money flow is nothing but the typical price into volume. What is typical price? For that day you will get the high value, low value and closing price. You take the average of those three, that is HLC, high, low and close, divided by 3. So you will take sum of those values divided by 3. And finally, so I will show you how we can calculate this MFI in Google Sheets. Okay, and finally we will plot those MFI values on a line chart. Okay, so without wasting time, let's get into the topic. And what I would suggest you is please do not skip this video. Okay, and if you really like my videos, and please subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon so that you will get a notification whenever I upload a new video. Okay, so first I want to calculate this money flow index for a particular stock. Okay, so let's take any stock. Okay, let's take any stock and get the historic data for the last 30 days. So what I do, I will use Google Finance function. So if you are not familiar with this Google Finance function, I've already made a video on this Google Finance function. I will put the link in the description. Okay, and yeah, please follow that, please watch it. Okay, so for now just select this Google Finance function and make sure you have an equal sign at the beginning. And first so for this Google Finance function we will have a different attributes. Okay, so first attribute is the ticker. So here I want to get Tata Power. I want to, so here the ticker is nothing but the stock name. So the stock name here is Tata Power and from the NSE. So I will get the NSE data of this Tata Power company. Okay, put a comma there. And what data you want, whether you want the closing price, high, low or volume, what you want to get. We want to get all the data. So I want to get open price, closing price, high, low and the volume, everything I want to get. So put all. Okay, and make sure you enclose this all within quotes. Okay, double quotes. Also the first ticker also should be enclosed within quotes, double quotes. Put a comma there. And what is the start date for this data? Okay, so from which date till what date you want to get this data. So I want to get today minus let's say we want to get 60 days or 45 days data, so that we will have the graph for 30 days. Okay, so if we get 45 days data, why we are getting 30 days chart only? So I'll tell you the reason. Okay, please don't skip it. Okay, 45 days comma till what date you want to get? Till today. So from the past 45 days till today, and the frequency of data, whether you want to get the daily data or weekly data. I want to get daily data. Okay, close this one and observe here, only the first, second and the last ones are enclosed within double quotes, but the third and fourth, they are functions, right? So that's why we didn't include any quotes there. Okay, I hope this function is completely ready. Hit enter. So we will get the historic data. Boom. See, from 1/18/2021 till 3/1/2020. So for this day, what is the open price, what is the high, what is the low, what is the closing price, final closing price, and what is the total volume. Okay, so this is the first column. Okay, let's see, I want to highlight it within some color, so I will highlight with a black, or I will highlight with green, and let's make the color as white. Okay, see, let's make it little big, the font size. I will increase the font size, so I will change it to 12. I will also change the font style to Arial. Or let me select Open Sans. Okay, yeah, this looks good. Okay, we have date, open price, high, low, close, and volume. So the first thing first. Okay, so to calculate this MFI, we will come in reverse order. First, calculate the typical price. So that is our column name. What is typical price? Typical price is nothing but the average of high, low, and closing price. So average of these three. So here, once I hit enter, I got this autofill session. Okay, select OK. So here, let me decrease the decimals to just 2. Okay, so that I will only see 2 decimals after the point. So to do that, just click on this decrease decimal places option. So I took the average of those three, or what you can do is you can take the sum of all of them and then divided by 3. So that is equal to the average, right? So that's what I have collected here. Then I got the typical price. Now I will calculate the raw money flow. Raw money flow or the money flow. Okay, so now we are going to calculate raw money flow. So what is this raw money flow? First we got the typical price, then the raw money flow is nothing but typical price into volume. Hit enter, you will get autofill session. Select OK and select this column on the top and decrease the decimal places to 2. We got the money flow. Then we will calculate 14 period positive money flow and 14 period negative money flow. So actually we will make another column for up or down. So up or down means, so first we will take the typical price and we will compare it with previous day's typical price. If the second day's previous, if today's typical price is greater than previous days, we will make it as 1. If not, we will make it as 0. Okay, so here we don't have a previous day, right? So let's leave that row. Okay, I'm making it in red color so that we will leave that one. Okay, so here, okay, start from here. Okay, start from here. I can compare it with the previous day's one, right? So here also you can make it either 0 or 1, but to make it precise, so I'm not considering that row, but we have collected the data. If you want to collect this data for this date also, so if you want to compare for this data also, what you can do, you can get previous day's information and you can compare for this row also. Okay, that's how you can get it. So I will start with this row. So I want to compare this value with this value, equal to, if I'm using if function, if this value is greater than this value, make it 1, otherwise make it 0. So I'm done with my function, hit enter, I'm getting autofill session. Okay, see what happens. I'm making this as not applicable. Okay, see what happens. I got 1 because it is 84.57, it is 82. 84 is greater than 82, 1. And see, it is 0 because this is 83, 85. 83 is less than 85, that's why 0. Okay, if current day's price is greater than previous day's typical price, then 1, otherwise 0. Okay, we got the up or down values. So now we will calculate the 14 period positive money flow. So how do you calculate 14 period positive money flow? So 14 periods is nothing but, you will count the 14 periods. Okay, so here let's change it to count. So I will take last 14 days data. Okay, so this is 14 days. Okay, so that means where I need to start. So this is the data for me, so let me highlight it in some color. Okay, so I can calculate 14 period positive money flow from here only, because I can only see the last 14 periods from this date. If you take this one, what happens? You have this one, you have raw money flow, but we don't know whether it is up or down, whether it is 1 or 0. Okay, if you take this one, you will only see how much, you can only count for last 11 days data. The default value for this MFI calculation is 14. So that means we will take last 14 periods data, that is the default value. So that means, so let's count this, we have 14 periods and I can calculate the 14 positive here. So 14 periods positive money flow. So how to calculate this one? So I can start from here. See, we have 14 periods. Perfect. I will get the 14 period positive money flow here. So how to calculate this? What I will do is, I will sum all of these money flows where the up or down value is 1. Okay, I will sum up all the money flows where the up or down column is 1. Okay, so let's see how to calculate that. For that I will use sum if function. Okay, sum if. Okay, you want to sum up these money flows, okay, but based on some condition. What is that condition? Wherever this up or down column is 1, only consider those rows. Okay, only consider those rows. So here I will use sum if function. Okay, what is the validation range? This is the validation range. And what is the criteria? So consider only where the value is 1, you can put it in quotes, and finally what you want to sum up? I want to sum up all these ranges. Sum of all this range, consider only where this range has one value. Okay, you are clear with this function, right? Hit enter. So this is the positive money flow, and to make it precise, let's have some decimals. Okay, I will have 2 decimals. I have this data and I will just drag this down. Okay, see what happens. So here it has calculated I3 to I16, H3 to H16. So for this one, what would be the range? So the last 14 period, that is H4 to H17 and I4 to I17. See here, I4 to I17, H4 to H17. Perfect. So here we are calculating only the positive money flows. In the second column, I will calculate negative money flow. Okay, I will show you how I will calculate. Okay, but let me fill this data. Okay, so I'll just drag this down, just drag it down. Okay, this will come automatically. Okay, and now I will calculate the negative money flow. So for the negative money flow, the formula is pretty similar as this one. Tell me, what is the only difference? The range is same. The only difference is consider only the rows where it is 0. Hit enter, and we got auto session fill. Okay, just fill it. Okay, we got auto session. So see what happens. So all zeros, I3 to 16, H3 to H16, I4 to 17, H4 to H17. So this rows now, so you cannot actually calculate that positive money flow because we don't have the previous day's data. So if you really want to calculate the money flow from certain date, you just make sure you are loading the data for the past 14 days as well, so that you can actually calculate MFI from the date what you want. Okay, so that's what I would suggest. So we got the positive money flow, we got the negative money flow. Then what's next? We will calculate the money flow ratio. What is money flow ratio? MFR. I'm keeping it as MFR, money flow ratio. Okay, so what is money flow ratio? It is sum of all the positive money flows, that is nothing but this one, divided by sum of all the 14 period negative money flow, this one. Hit enter. So fill auto session. So for this negative money flow, let me use 2 decimals, and for MFR, let me decrease the decimals to 2. Okay, I got the MFR. Now finally, money flow index. So I want to calculate MFI. The formula is, what is the formula? 100 minus 100 divided by 1 plus MFR. That is the formula. We got autofill session. Okay, let's see what is the formula. 100 minus 100 divided by 1 plus money flow ratio. Okay, so let's decrease these decimals to 2. Okay, perfect. We got money flow index, but okay, we got some data, whether it is right or wrong. So for doing that validation, what I would suggest you is just go to tradingview.com. Okay, so we got here, we are actually looking for Tata Power. Once you look for this Tata Power. So click on this full featured chart. Let's change this. Yeah, I already set it to the day, so I'm looking the day data. I want to add a money flow index. So click on this indicators and strategies and look for MFI, that is money flow index. Select that, and at the bottom it will add that money flow index chart. Okay, see now. So here the time frame, select 1 day. Okay, 1 day time frame, and see on February 8th what is the value. You can see the value here. Okay, you can see the value here. I'll select the time frame here. So see, February 8th. Okay, what is the value? 60.29. 60.29. okay, let's go here. 60.29. perfect. So I'll see the same data for 2 other days. Okay, February 24th. February 24th, what is the value? 61.06. February 24th, what is the value? 60.96. 61.06. okay, so it's just a minor difference. Okay, so let's look at the other day's data. Okay, 225, it is 74.69. 225, okay, 225, 74.63. this is 74.69. so we are good. So it is just a decimal difference. Okay, few decimals difference. And the final one, that is March 1st, what is that? 72.66. March 1st, for March 1st, what is the value? 72.59. 72.59, 72.66. so this why we are seeing a little minor difference is, so we are calculating, I mean we have just rounded it to 2 decimals, right? So that is one of the major reason. Okay, so if it is just nearer to this value, then you are good. Okay, nothing to worry. So we are done with this MFI calculation, but the beautiful part is building a chart based on this data. Okay, I will need time frame, and then I will need this MFI values. Okay, so from this entire data, what we actually need is the date section, that is from this date, that is A16 to A31. okay, let's note it down. So this is the x-axis, that is the time frame, and for the y-axis, that is the data MFI values, that is this one, M16 to M31. M16 to M31. so this is the range, not the data. M16 to M31 and A16 to A31. so this is my x-axis and this is my y-axis. so I will plot these values. Okay, what I can do is, click on this insert button, insert option. Okay, click on this chart. You are building a chart here. So let's just drag this to the right side. Okay, there's no data as of now, so you are going to set it up. So I want to create a line chart. Okay, what is the data range for this line chart? That means what are all the data included in that range? So I need this data, I need A16, A31, add another range, that is M16 to M31. Okay, click OK. So we have that range, and then combine. So yeah, the combined ranges, yeah, you can just keep it default. What is the x-axis here? A16 to A31, that is the date time frame is the x-axis, and on y-axis the series is y-axis. You can just delete this A16 A31 one here and keep M16 M31 as y-axis. Okay, so x-axis is dates and the y-axis is the values, MFI values. Go to customize section, we'll just customize this chart. So I want to have some background color for this chart, and then I want to have a font style of Arial, and chart border color I want to have some dark color, and then chart, and I'll keep some title for this one. Okay, so MFI analysis, I'll make it like this. Okay, money flow index analysis. Okay, what is the title format? I want to keep Arial. I want to keep the size as 12, or let's make it 14. And what is the color of it? I will have some, I already have the color for the line, so let's change it to this. Okay, then the series, that is the data, the y-axis. What is the color you want to keep? The line color, let's say I want to keep green color. Okay, and what is the line style? You just select it. Okay, so let's go ahead with the first one. And what is the point size? So it is actually the size of the points. Okay, points. And what is the point shape? I want to keep this diamond shape on. And where you want to keep the axis? So I want to keep the axis on right side. And line thickness, so you can actually make the line bigger. Okay, let's go ahead with this 2 points. So I want to have data labels. So what happens is it will show up the data points. Okay, and I also want to have a trend line. So how this trend line, what is the trend, whether it is going up or down. And I want to have a trend line color as this one, a different color. Okay, then the legend, the position is auto. Currently let's close this one. So the position is auto, it's not actually displaying any legend here. So let's go to legend section. I want to have that legend on top. See, there's a legend on top. And legend font, I want to have Arial, font size 10, and the font color is let's keep it this one, or maybe let's select the other color. I will select this one. Okay, horizontal axis, slant labels, let's slant them 30 degrees. And so here in the setup section, click on this, select this aggregate. Okay, so if you don't select it, what happens? See, you are seeing 214, 221, like you are seeing weekly data. Select this aggregate one. Okay, so that you can see the combined, I mean not combined, you will see the daily data there. Okay, so go to customize. Okay, I think we are good with this chart, but so let's say what I told in the starting of this video, the value of this range is from 0 to 100. currently we are seeing only from 0 to 80. Okay, to make it more meaningful, I want to have those grid lines. Okay, so I want to have major grid lines, grid line color. I want to have this colors. Okay, or maybe this one. Okay, yeah. Then so here in the grids and ticks, in the right vertical axis, I want to have this major spacing type. I want to go by count. I want to have major count as 6. 6 means what happens if you keep 6, what happens here is, see, you have 20, 40, 60, 80 and 100, and this 20 and 80 ranges are very useful for us. Okay, because if the MFI value is above 80, that is overbought zone, and if MFI value is less than 20, so that is oversold zone. Okay, so that's how this grid lines are helpful. Okay, so let me go to that section again. And this minor count, I think you don't need those minor counts. Okay, this major grid lines, so keep the major ticks so that you'll have some extended line here. Okay, major ticks. And now see, this is, let me change this line color to some other one. Okay, let me change the line color, that is the series, right? So line color to blue. Let me make it this blue. Okay, see, this is the MFI chart for the last 14 periods, that is the daily data, and we have already verified this data with the TradingView data. So that's all for this video. I hope you liked it. If you like it, please subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon so that you will get a notification whenever I upload a new video. That's all guys. See you all in my next video. Bye.